Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and today I'm going to review with you some recent flea market finds that I had over the past weekend. And I was pretty lucky with this set. I think that everybody will agree that I got my money's worth out of it, if nothing else. But it was one of these cases where when you go to a flea market, there seems to be optimal times to buy. And this was one of them. When I got to the market, there was a light rain starting to fall, and a lot of vendors were starting to pack up. And I think that those that had any kind of urgency about selling something were looking to make a deal. So at the end of the day, I was able to purchase 2 lots and a couple of older fishing reels, which I hope to show on the YouTube channel. And in doing so, I thought I would preview those with you. So for $50, I got 10 rods and 8 reels. And some of them are quite interesting, and some of them are going to make some kids happy as I hand them off for them to go do some fishing and the like. But regardless, we should have some projects here that I can preview for the upcoming videos. So as I get started here, I want to thank our first responders and essential personnel, everybody who's involved in keeping us safe during the pandemic. The good news on the horizon is it seems to be waning, but there's still a lot of folks in the hospital. There's still people that are contracting this disease. And to those that are helping to take care of them, thank you so much. All right, let's take a look. So we got a group here that's mainly freshwater for the most part. It was just all bundled up. It was tied with Ziplocs. The fellow said that he had purchased them from an estate sale. He was going to break them out and sell them individually, but he was just getting tired of transporting them, and he just said, make me an offer. The offer was very simple and straightforward, and we came to a deal. So let's take a look at them. I have the first one up is a combination. It's on a 6-foot pole. It's a Zebco RT series. The reels seem to be doing fine. They're all tangled up with line, but I think that this one is going to make some child very happy. It's an entry-level reel, basically a plastic case. We'll do a video on this one. I haven't done one of these. We'll certainly give it a little line, clean up the rod a little bit, and it's a modern rod. It's got those the eyelets that don't have the backing, only have the single tag in it. So I'm not sure what the story behind it is. It's a 2-piece rod, and we'll get that cleaned up and ready to go. In that same pile was an older rod. This one's got the snake kind of things. It's a 4.5-foot spinning rod. I can't find the manufacturer on it, but it is a beautiful weighted rod, and it does have the older coil, I call them snake, but coil eyes, where they spin and then they come around. Very, very durable eyes, particularly if you happen to be on a boat. Next up is a Daiwa. It's a Shimano. It's the AX200. This one's running fine. It's on a Shimano pole. It's a what is this now? This is a 6-foot pole, medium action. Very nice. It's the a good one for the lakes and bays that we have in the area. And then I have a South Bend rod. I have a 2-piece rod here that needs some work. I have a boat pole. It's a 6-foot boat pole. I have an old style cork with the compression handle rod. We have another rod and reel combination. This is on a rod called the Clearwater. I'm not certain of that one, but I've done this reel in the past. This one's kind of tight, so I'm going to expect that this is the same thing as the other one. This is a Zebco Lancer 4010. I did a video on this one not that long ago. I can just feel the tension in there from dried grease, so we'll take care of that. Here's a Daiwa. This is the AG750. This one has got a loose rotor, so I think we've talked about that in the past. When you work on these reels, you need the nut, and in this case it looks like the nut is not there. So I should be able to find the nut for this one to tie that down. If not, I guess I have a parts reel for this one, but that, it all comes in the lot. So we're going to do a little video coming up on what to look for when you're buying reels at a flea market, because sometimes the problems are hidden and sometimes they're quite obvious. So let's get those out of the way, and then we'll focus on a couple of others here. and then we'll go to those reels that I got independent of the rod and reel position. So if you like this kind of a video, I'm going to ask you to subscribe, and if you subscribe, please hit the notification button. That way you'll know when the upcoming videos are posted, and when they are posted you can have a choice of whether to watch it or not based on what you like to see. And in my case, I work on all kinds of rods and reels, and I'm sure there's something out there for you. So here we go. This one is on an 8.5 foot older rod and reel combination. It's the Shakespeare Wonder Reel. It's just fun. I just had one of these in. It was all messed up. Beautiful condition, all messed up. This one is tight. I'm going to assume that this one has got just dried grease like happens in most of these reels. And this is on one of those cast metal handles. So you know that the reel has gone back quite a ways. I'm thinking that the reel is 1950s. The pole is probably period correct. And this is a very flexible older pole, but it doesn't have a name on it. It is a fiberglass rod as opposed to a graphite rod. I just don't know enough about that. And then I have a Daiwa Magforce. I think I just did one on that. It's on a Daiwa Apollo rod, so it probably came as a combination. It's turning very smooth. I think what we'll do is we'll take this one apart and we'll show you how this reel is made, and do a little bait caster for that. It's got a 3-ball bearing system in it, which is plenty for a bait caster. And it just seems like it's a little tired. It's dirty, and it's probably been sitting around a while. So we'll do our best to clean that up. And then I got 2 more in this set that are interesting, and one that's very interesting. So here's one that's a big ocean reel. So Chris is probably getting all excited about this one. It's the True Temper. So True Temper purchased Ocean City in 1957. And then moved the branding over to True Temper. So I'm going to guess this one's probably the 1960s. It's a 747 3-ball bearing reel, and just from the work on it, it seems very nice and very smooth. So I'm kind of excited to get underneath this one. I'm certainly going to do a video on it. We'll see how this one comes together, and I would certainly think about putting that one on one of those older poles that I showed you that I acquired in the last week or two. The chrome plating, or whatever the kind of plating was that was on here, is worn off. That's all right. Bettina says an awful lot about a reel, and I like the stories that reels tell. Then I've got this one. This is an Akuma. It's an Akuma Centaura. It looks like a 50 or a 60 reel. It's a more modern reel. And this one's got 6-ball bearings in it. And if you were to listen to this, you would think that there's a problem there because there's a little bit of a grinding, but it really isn't. It's that the line here, this line, where is it here? You can see the line is running under the spool. So sometimes folks that don't know the reels will give up on a reel. Oh, something's wrong with it, right? Because it's making that noise. Well, chances are if we pull that line out of there, you don't get that noise. And, well, it's kind of wrapped around now. So I'm definitely going to do a video on this one. I haven't seen this reel before. I've worked on a lot of Akumas. This one's going to clean up real nice. It's just all tarnish and the like, but that'll all come off. Cons will tell you to go use Flitz metal polish with it, and it'll clean it right up. I believe that's the case. This one's going to be real pretty, and maybe I'll even put it on a rod. And then the last one's a very interesting one. It's a 3-pillar reel. I haven't seen this one. This one almost looks presentation grade. It's got a very brassy finish to it, or gold finish to it. It's a Yankee reel. At least, it's a Yankee reel. From my understanding of this reel was made in the 1920s. I don't know much about it. I'm trying to do some research on it. I'm not having a lot of luck, but hopefully I'll be able to find a little bit. I think we'll take this apart and we'll see what we can do with it, and show you the internal workings of that. But that one, like my Meiselbach reels, they're old reels, right? And they call them 3-pillar because there's three top posts on this. But this one, again, has got a brass finish. If anybody knows anything of the Yankee Fishing Reel Company, I'd like to know more. This one's running, but it's just got a little bit of a noticeable skip. I don't know if that's grease or what it is. I guess we'll find out when we go under there. And this is the old leather pad thumb brake that you would use for casting. So that's what that's all about there. So That's a preview. That's a look at what I got for my $50. I think I did well, and I gave you a little preview there of the reels I will be working on, and a little bit of an idea about what's available and the timing on flea market purchases. So if you're searching a flea market, don't think you need to be the first person there to get the best deal. Well, sometimes that is true. A lot of times being the last person there as the vendor's about ready to close is a good idea. And in my case, we had vendors that were trying to pack up and kind of take a run because of the inclement weather, and found a couple of people that were just interested in not bringing this stuff home. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. If you have questions about any reels in particular, please leave them in the comments section. I'll try and answer them. If you saw one of these that I previewed and you would like to see the video on it, please let me know. I'll try to work that into my schedule. And finally, if you have a reel that needs to be serviced or repaired, if you contact me on the email on the business card that follows, I'll provide you with reel repair information. So this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Thank you for watching.